JFK at 67, and we'll look for temperatures across the board in the middle to upper 60s. Heading out the door this morning, yeah, it's a little cloudy, but I think it feels refreshing, and we'll be in the middle to upper 70s through the early part of the day, and then we could finish up just shy of that. Yesterday we hit 80 degrees, but I think today the cloud coverage may limit us. We'll also be tracking Ida, which makes landfall today. It's about 80 miles south of the mouth of the Mississippi River, and tomorrow temperatures in the mid 80s with a chance of storms. More details on all this in the AccuWeather 7-day forecast. I'll see you then, Michelle.
All right, that's
is going to do once it moves inland. For the rest of today, cloudy skies turn into sun breaks this afternoon. We'll push the mid 70s to near 80 degrees. And tomorrow, just a stray storm around. A chance of an afternoon thunderstorm, high of 85. It's more humid for the early part of the week. Mid 80s on Tuesday as well with a stray storm. All right, coming up in a few minutes, all of the AccuWeather full forecast will be right. Early cloud coverage will limit our temperatures, and the hour-by-hour forecast does show that. Mid 70s by about 3 o'clock, so we'll hold those numbers steady through the afternoon, maybe upper 70s before the day is done. Holding off rain for the most part. Don't want to rule out an isolated quick shower, but for the most part, we're staying dry today. Get some sun breaks in here and try to dry things out. Now, tomorrow during the day, the humidity starts to increase once again, and the temperatures also come up. We start in the low 70s. We're in the mid 80s through the early afternoon, and there could be, especially north and west, a shower later in the evening. Monday is just turning back to really warm, humid weather that we typically get this time of year. This is Ida right now. You can see this monster Category 4 storm, which has a well-defined eye, is now creating all of the hurricane warnings right along the coastline. They have a good handle on the path of this storm, headed near Grand Isle, Louisiana. It's only about 80 miles off the coast, and it's moving at 15 miles an hour with 145-mile-an-hour winds. So this is really going to be a major storm for the New Orleans area. Once it makes landfall, very quickly the winds will start to settle down, but the amount of wind and the amount of rain is the real question mark here. They've done a great job with the levees over the last 16 years, and so they're hoping that that will protect the cities from the surge. What's left over of this storm system comes into the northeast, and again affecting our weather likely on the Wednesday, Thursday time frame. So clouds will eventually give way to some sun breaks late afternoon as well, but you can see satellite and radar. We are socked in with the cloud coverage early on this morning. We'll go for a high of 78 degrees by tomorrow. Better chance of getting a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. We're back to 85, and the humidity increases once again. I'll have the AccuWeather full forecast, including the latest on Category 4 storm Ida that is heading towards the coastline of Louisiana today.
okay.
Get your paws up, you guys. We've got a day that's starting out cloudy. We'll see mid to upper 70s, but if you're heading out for the dog walks, pretty decent conditions. It feels nice. Hey, good morning, Aston. Sent in by Charlie. Looks like it's a beach day for you. Not bad at all. This is Maggie. What a sweetie pie. Sent in by loyal Eyewitness News viewer Linda Feeney. We've got this cutie pie. Paws up indeed. Hey, Loki. This is sent in by Valerie via Twitter. And last photo of the day, Jackson Charlie sent in. And we are focusing on what's going on with Hurricane Ida. Now, a Category 4 storm expected to make landfall later today along the Louisiana coastline. We'll have 78 with cloudy skies breaking for sunshine. By tomorrow, the humidity is back, the warmth is back, and Ida's leftovers could affect our weather starting on Wednesday. So I'll have details on that coming up in the full forecast. We're looking at a cloudy day for ourselves here. Temperatures pushing the upper 70s. We get back to heat and humidity by tomorrow with some isolated storms around for the early part of the week. Ida's leftovers affecting our weather midweek. Details on that in the AccuWeather across the board. 70 for Newark, and maybe we add about 8 to 10 degrees to these numbers. That's about as warm as we can get. So pushing the mid 70s through the afternoon, looking for a peak of sun. You can see kind of trying to see the skies improve here to the north, and that will be the case as we go throughout the afternoon. High of 78 degrees in New York City today. Clouds to sunshine, and then by tomorrow we're back in it. Warmth up to 85 degrees and also more humidity and an afternoon chance of a storm. I'll have the full forecast coming up in just a few minutes, including the latest on Hurricane Ida. A lot to talk about in AccuWeather. We have, of course, the latest on Ida. That's coming up in a few minutes. How it could potentially affect our weather in the week ahead. And a day where we have cooler conditions, less humidity. We'll end the weekend with a high of 78 degrees. We're back to the mid 80s tomorrow. I'll have the complete AccuWeather forecast next. Afternoon, clouds are back after briefly getting some clear skies right around sunset, and so a few clouds overnight. But look here, some evidence on the satellite and radar picture. No showers around, but the clouds are thinning here off to the north. So parts of northwest New Jersey, Hudson Valley, Orange County, you're already starting to see a little brightening of the skies. Well, wait for it over the boroughs, and a spot shower can't be ruled out, but it's very unlikely today. By tomorrow, we've got the heat, humidity, and a chance of afternoon thunderstorms back into play. That would most likely happen late afternoon, north and west of the city into the early evening as a weak front comes through the area. But Monday and Tuesday, a lot more summer-like, pretty average temperatures coming in our direction. All right, let's get our eyes focused up down here. Wow, this is just a monster hurricane. Category 4 Ida really is strengthened up to 145-mile-an-hour winds, and the hurricane warnings are in place. And now it's just a matter of time before this storm makes landfall as a major storm, up to 150 miles an hour. Northwest movement at 15 miles an hour. After it makes landfall, that's when it'll diminish in its intensity. But there's a lot of impact from the storm, not just the surge of water, but also heavy rainfall expected and extreme winds taking this well inland, affecting much of the southeast. And then the leftovers will take a curve to the right. That's important for our weather midweek because another front is coming in from the west, sort of dragging that moisture in our direction. 2 to 4 inches of rainfall by Wednesday, and that could potentially create some flooding around here. We've had a lot of water. So here's the AccuWeather 7-day forecast. 2 pretty average days for late August. Then we get the chance of that heavy rainfall midweek with Ida, and then skies clear up nicely. Upper 70s expected for Thursday and Friday. That's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Michelle. And we'll be tracking these temperatures today. Looks like we make it into the mid to upper 70s, but the cloud coverage could put a lid on the temperature. Some evidence that those clouds will break up in the Hudson Valley and parts of Orange County. Some cloud coverage thinning there, so skies brightening just a bit. We'll hope that parts of the area get those sun breaks today. We're also tracking what's happening on the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. We have a Category 4 Ida making landfall today. We'll be looking at that storm, also the path of it and its leftovers, what it could mean for our weather in the week ahead. High today in New York is 78 degrees. Tomorrow we're back to warm and humid and a high of 85. Tony, I was online for the Ferris wheel and I met Amanda B. This is her dog. I know it's a long way to get there.
That was a lot.
I met her. This is Buddy. Hey, Buddy, what's up? Great to meet you, Amanda. Amanda's co-star on the show was Joey Lauren, who's one of my friends. This is her dog, Charlie. Hey, Charlie, what's up? This is when she was a baby. Charlie's a great dog. And we've also got Loki sent in by Valerie, and finally rounding out the lineup this morning, Jackson Charlie sent in by Sandy. So little reality show plus